Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Mr. Rich. We're going to be going over doorbell chimes today. So this is my name, my contact info. And we're doing low voltage. We're Unit 2, Day 2. And the objectives of the day is to describe how a transformer works, wire a transformer for a doorbell system, and the lab equipment is lab bay or project board. Tools that we need: hammer, wire strippers, flathead screwdriver. Materials: doorbell chime kit and bell wire 22 and some staples. Now here we have a diagram of our system setup. So this is a service or a sub panel. 15 amp circuit feeds into the transformer. We're stepping down the voltage from 120 to 16 volts. We got line neutral coming in. And then the way the transformer works is there's a voltage induced on the secondary through the electromagnetic field on the primary. The voltage induced we expect to be somewhere around 16 volts AC. Now one hot feeds into the trans terminal of the doorbell chime. The other hot splices to both the rear and front push buttons. These are LED. Now the other two terminals on the push buttons splice to the rear and front terminals respectively on the doorbell chime. Now we are using Romex here from the service to the transformer, and we're using low voltage wire on the doorbell chime. Now here we have the objectives, the lab equipment, required tools, materials. Now on the flip side, we have a diagram of how the chime is set up with the transformer and one push button. And then figure 2 shows a clear setup on how to set up the doorbell chime. So here we have our tool bag. So tools that come in handy: leveler, Lyman's, flathead screwdriver, 4 or 6, and your wire strippers. In addition to that, measuring tape. Now a special piece of equipment that we're going to need to test out the voltage on a transformer is a fluke multimeter. Now let's go ahead and go to our system setup right over here. So now this is our service, the sub panel. We have one circuit. So this is our Romex 14-2. We have our line coming in, and then there's your ground and neutral. Now that feeds into this enclosure here. This is a NEMA rated enclosure. And then you have your low voltage wire. This is 5 wire that feeds into the doorbell chime. Now within here, you have terminals feeding out to the push button switches. So you have the rear and then the front. So now if you look on this side, there's a splice made within this enclosure here. And all we need to do is apply heat to shrink it. So to kind of mimic drywall, we have this plank here, plank of wood. It's about 1/2 inch thickness. So we're gonna go ahead and test out our system by energizing the circuit through the disconnect. So we have indicator light here. It says it is on. So now we turn the breaker on, and then we should see the 2 lamps on the LED over here light up. This tells us that our push buttons are functional. So to test out that the overall system is working, this is the front here. That works. And this is the rear. So that tells us that the system is working. Now, for troubleshooting purposes, for students to gain some troubleshooting, they can measure voltage from the service, either line to ground, line or neutral, and then trace that voltage from the primary and secondary side of your transformer. It's a good skill for them to have, as they'll see that a lot in the future. Now, thanks for tuning in. My name is Mr. Rich. It was a pleasure, and I'll see you next time.